A very good afternoon and welcome to this edition of Yes 101 Visual Radio for the Newsfirst team. I'm Keza Farooq. Now, before we take a look at your news in detail, let's take a look at your headlines.
Newsfirst headline.
In your top local stories for this afternoon, IMF team arrives in Sri Lanka for second program review, third loan tranche at stake. Railway Department investigates alleged assault of foreign tourists at Navalapitiya station. Egg price control proposal hits to Consumer Protection Authority. 3 killed in Houthi missile attack on cargo ship, says US military. Max Verstappen and George Russell want F1 cars raced. Now your news in detail. The second review of the International Monetary Fund program begins today. A team of IMF officials are scheduled to visit Sri Lanka to assess the country's progress. The visit aims to pave the way for the release of the third loan tranche from the International Monetary Fund. The officials are expected to meet President Ranil Wickremesinghe along with representatives from the Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. State Minister of Finance Shehan Singh, in a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, said, quote, "We are confident of a successful review. The opening meeting with the President today marks a vital step in this process," end quote. The objective of the review is to assess Sri Lanka's progress under the IMF program. A successful review culminating in a staff-level agreement would pave the way for the release of the third loan tranche from the IMF. Shehan Singh also said, quote, "This disbursement would be a significant boost. It will accelerate our economic growth trajectory and foster increased confidence in Sri Lanka's financial standing." In more local news, 2 railway security officers have been summoned by Railway General Manager HMK Bandara to investigate an alleged assault on 2 foreign tourists by a group of employees at Navalapitiya station. Railway Traffic Superintendent N.J. Idipolage clarified that the suspensions of 2 railway employees involved in the incident have been lifted. Idipolage also confirmed receiving an initial report about the incident. The alleged victims were 2 British nationals travelling on the Pudimanike train from Colombo to Badulla. They boarded the train at Kandy station. According to Idipolage, the issue arose because the tourists possessed third-class tickets while occupying a first-class compartment. The railway controller informed them of the discrepancy and requested them to move. The investigation centers on the events that transpired following the request to relocate. 1 railway employee's service has been suspended. The Ministry of Agriculture and Plantation Industries is seeking to regulate egg prices ahead of the festive season. A proposal to set a maximum retail price for eggs will be published in the Gazette this week by the Consumer Affairs Authority. The Departments of Animal Production and Health and Livestock Development were tasked with determining the appropriate price. This initiative aims to curb the rising cost of eggs. The ministry noted the current production cost of an egg at around 30 rupees. Additionally, they highlighted a shortage of layer mother animals with only 130,000 available compared to the required 80,000. Moving on to international news.
International news.
3 crew members have been killed in a Houthi missile strike on a cargo ship off southern Yemen, US officials say. The first deaths the group's attacks on merchant vessels have caused. The Barbados flag True Confidence had been abandoned and was drifting with a fire on board after the strike. It was hit in the Gulf of Aden at about 11:30 GMT, the US military said. The Houthis say their attacks are to support the Palestinians in the war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. The US Central Command, also known as CENTCOM, which oversees operations in the Middle East, said 3 crew members had been killed and at least 4 injured, including 3 critically. Finally, in your sports news.
Sports news.
George Russell and Max Verstappen are leading calls from drivers for Formula One cars to be raced for the sake of their health and safety. Russell said the violence drivers experience when cars hit bumps on track at high speed was unsustainable. World champion Verstappen raised the topic with governing body the FIA at the season-opening Bahrain Grand Prix. And that's the end of this edition of Yes 101 Visual Radio. Stay tuned for News First for more of these. For the News First team, I'm Kenza Farooq. Thank you for watching.